little windy, but what you're looking at is the sky above Portland, and it may just look like a gray blob to you. By the way, I'm filming with my laptop. My camera was thrown in the river when I was attacked by a mob of homeless tweakers the other day. I haven't made a video about it. One of the reasons why is because, well, my camera's gone, but that's another story. Portland is being heavily chemtrailed at this time, and there's not a lot of people that I know in Portland, or Portland that know me, that are connected with me on Facebook, that is, or YouTube, but there's a few. And the few that are, they've sent me pictures, messages, notes about the heavy bombardment of GeoEngineering, which you see before us. And that's just one part of the sky. And one of the reasons that I don't talk about GeoEngineering a lot, or even that much, is because it's such an overwhelming topic and there's such a stigma attached to being somewhat aware. And I'm already facing discrimination for being somewhat controversial as it is. I also see how obsessing on chemtrails have driven some people crazy. And I also see how some people that talk about chemtrails don't actually take things for their body to actually cleanse the toxins out. Some do, but a lot of people don't. So they almost become addicted to the fear and things of that nature. One of my theories is that we see a lot of geoengineering in the Portland area because we're seeing a new group of people coming in, and I suspect, this is just one thing that I suspect as to one of the potential purposes, is to alter our genetics, and it seems to be related to eugenics in a way if only certain types of people or bloodlines are able to enjoy living in such an environment. I feel very much affected by it when the skies are polluted and when I'm not drinking good water. Some of us are more sensitive than others, and there's different reasons for that. Genetics could be one of them. So what I'm getting at is we're seeing a new Portland being built, a new type of city. We're seeing all different types of social engineering. And when you add heavy geoengineering or chemtrails to the mix, there is the potential that this could drive out certain people or bloodlines and be an environment that's in a way almost terraformed for a new class of humans or a new type of humans. And we know that there are really interesting things going on these days with genetics and perhaps on a more speculative note, hybridization programs. It really makes one wonder, why is the planet actually being terraformed to the degree that it is? And we see such ignorance in relation to this issue. And I remind people, you can look up geoengineering. It's a scientific term. You don't have to use the term chemtrails. It really is something that is taking place. You can see the movie, What in the Hell Are They Spraying? And you can read admissions where they're talking about blocking out the sun, which brings me to my next point. They say they need to block the sun to fight climate change, but that's not real. That's not truthful. That's dishonest. The sun is related to human consciousness. The sun, I think, is even related to our spirit or souls. So why would they spray and block out the sunlight unless they were trying to continue to oppress the human spirit and, in a way, continue to separate us from our soul, our soul's essence? So when you're looking at chemtrail theories and geoengineering theories, most people just think that it's about depopulation. I remember Freeman Fly years ago said chemtrailing was about marking us so we could be seen with certain technologies from the air. And that's a pretty interesting theory, especially if the planet's about to be invaded by something, or if they're planning to, in the future, hunt humans for various purposes or particular individuals, marked terrorists or rebels or resistors. I can definitely see how the spraying of a chemical, perhaps multiple chemicals, including chemicals that end up in our lungs that can be seen by radar. But beyond those thoughts and a few others, of course, talks of fighting climate change, there's not a whole lot of information as to what the ultimate purpose is or how many. I think more or less that geoengineering is about killing multiple birds with one stone. So you have blocking out the sun, you have marking people's bodies, if in fact there is some radar technology out there that can see humans from space or far away based on chemtrail residue in their lungs. I can see how it plays a huge part in altering our immune system. And I feel that, again, it seems to affect some people or some genetics or some bloodlines more than others. Whereas there are other people that I've seen in this world that also seem less affected by the Monsanto seed, by the way. You see these hot women in today's society that are eating like garbage, and men. So there are certain people in our society that can eat the corporate food, but their bodies don't fall apart as quickly as some others. It just makes one wonder whether their genetics have adapted or if there's something else going on, because we are in this birth of seeing, in a way, the end of humankind as we've known it, and the birth of a new humankind or new man. And we look at these plans for 2045 rather, after what I believe will be the stage-managed war of 2025. 2045, the year of man and machine merging, we could see the world of transhumanism being built in the aftermath of the stage-managed world war. And it's at that time that we'll see the autonomous cars. It's at that time that we'll see more drones over our skies that are, being used personally by us, that are operating on their own without any need for a human being to be operating any remote. The age of the Jetsons, man and machine merging, brain chips, our thoughts being read, recorded, monitored in giant databases, mind transfer technology. We could surely see a lot of this stuff manifest on the planet in the next coming decades, and likely after a stage-managed war. We could see a rebuild of society with this new high technology. Now, as far as chemtrails, it's pretty much a global operation, but there's a lot of belief out there that this is mostly only in Western countries and that it's not in Russia or China. And I'm not so convinced. Let me know down in the comment section how aware you are of the potential global issue of chemtrails. And if it is a global phenomenon, i.e. chemtrails in China and Russia and others, and we know that this can certainly affect our bodies in a detrimental way, then that's more evidence of a global order or a world government or a new world order already in existence that encompasses all of the superpowers. When we look at the news today and we read about world events, we read about a coming world order or, a coming world currency. And even though there are some changes, in a way, they already have their one world government. And we have global silence on the issue. Even though you may see some political members in the CCP, or even though at times you may see Putin say certain things that may appear to stand against the West and what the West is doing, and or Monsanto. But in reality, they're a lot closer than what a lot of people understand. So this is Portland, Oregon on January 14th, 2014. Gonna pan over here to the side. The whole sky is completely covered. None of that is actual cloud. And all this is happening alongside the electromagnetic pollution, the cell phone towers, the smart meters, and everything else that's going on. And I really suspect that there's some sort of interaction taking place, almost as if, to have a Long Island iced tea has multiple layers of hard alcohol to create the effect. Well, okay, that's one example. Not a big fan of Long Island iced teas or drinking for that matter. But when you add chemtrails to cell phone towers to other signals to HARP, that's right, or other things like HARP that bounce off the ionosphere, or things that are coming from space, satellite weapons, you have a dangerous cocktail that can create a certain effect. And I think that some of the effects that I'm seeing in society are certain personality traits like apathy, selfishness, the competitive mindset, misdirected anger, and just overall a lot of sadness. And this is already a time where people suffer from SAD, or seasonal affective disorder, or something to that effect, because in the Pacific Northwest, people don't get enough vitamin D. And so that's why there's certain lights that are sold at the stores, online, for people to get more vitamin D. Well, when you add this on top of it, in addition to a vitamin D deficiency, where they actually spray the skies, yet people don't even ask basic questions as to what's going on or why the skies look so unnatural, you have more of a chaotic situation for the human body. Again, it seems like Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to conclude here, is being terraformed to make way for the new human that is currently in evolution, or you could say regression. And the old humans or the older version of humanity, or bloodlines that are more connected to the Earth itself, they may have a harder time in a place like this. Now, speaking of drones, we have a drone that's actually right over here. That's kind of cool. Speak of the devil, I was just talking about technology and all of that stuff, and we've seen this rising popularity of drones and surveillance and people being able to acquire these things for less than $100. I mean, there are some drones that you can get for 50 bucks. I'm going to walk up and just get a slightly better picture, and we'll conclude the video at that. Just getting some closer video here.
Oh, sure.
How much did that cost?
I got it for Christmas. I'm not really sure.
Oh, really? Yeah, they're getting really cheap these days.
Yeah, they are.
There's a place at Lloyd Center where they got them for like 50 to 100.
Oh, yeah?
In the mall there, yeah. But this looks like it's a nicer model.
Yeah. Nice.
Right on.
I lost my connection. It's just kind of waiting for me.
Is it easy to fly?
It's pretty easy.
It kind of. So you don't have to be steering it every second then.
You don't have to.
You're doing on your cell phone there.
Yeah, it knows to like hover if it like because it lost connection. Like it creates its own Wi-Fi network.
Oh, okay.
So I went too far and it dropped the connection. So now I'm trying to bring it back.
So, oh, that connects to Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he creates his own Wi-Fi network, and then I connect to my phone.
Oh,
and
really?
Your phone becomes a controller.
Yeah, because I was wondering how some people are able to fly these and do photography without crashing them. So
yeah.
it's being assisted. It's being assisted by.
It just knows to like wait for direction, I guess. So it's a little bit smarter.
How much longer do you think Google and Amazon are actually going to start delivering with the drones?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I know the FFA is getting really tired of it. Like they've been trying to shut them down.
Well, I heard you could fly a drone and do cop watching, or you could fly a drone and do other things, and it's totally legal. But you can't make money.
Yeah. Okay.
Off of photography on drones. I don't know why they create a law against that, but that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.